It began with a whisper, then a chuckle, laughter echoing in conference rooms and news columns. In 2015, China announced a bold plan to plant millions of trees in its vast deserts. Critics called it a fool's errand, doubting fragile saplings could survive the brutal climate and shifting sands. But the planters kept working, ignoring the laughter and doubts, driven by a vision few could see. The world waited for failure, but something unexpected was beginning to take root, a quiet persistence and the first fragile signs of hope. The doubts were not unfounded, the challenges were immense. Water was the first hurdle. Deserts like Kabuki get almost no rain. Traditional irrigation was impossible, water was too scarce and expensive. The soil was another enemy, saline, alkaline, lifeless sand. Saplings died quickly, scorched by sun, roots starved in sterile ground. The cost was staggering, thousands of kilometers, millions of trees, massive logistics. Critics called it a black hole for public funds. Maintenance was daunting, planting is one thing, keeping trees alive is another. Sandstorms could erase a year's work overnight, drought could wipe out entire forests. The project demanded not just effort but decades of commitment. Many believed the Great Green Wall would crumble into dust. Why try at all? Because China faced a threat called desertification, the yellow dragon. The Gobi Desert was expanding, swallowing farmland and villages. Overgrazing, poor farming, and climate change fueled its advance. Millions lost their land, forced to migrate to cities. Sandstorms from the Gobi choked Beijing, turning skies yellow and air hazardous. The crisis was social as much as environmental. The government realized economic growth meant little if the land was unlivable. Planting trees wasn't just about the environment, it was about survival. The Great Green Wall was a barricade against the dragon. The Great Green Wall, or 3 North Shelter Belt program, was a feat of science and organization. Researchers scoured the deserts for hardy, drought-resistant plants, licorice, sea buckthorn, poplar, willow. New planting methods emerged, high-pressure water jets to plant saplings quickly, straw checkerboards to stabilize dunes and trap moisture. The government led, but private companies and local communities joined in. Companies got land use rights for planting and maintaining forests, making restoration a business. Most crucially, locals, farmers and herders became planters and caretakers. The project mobilized millions. On planting days, entire communities worked together, laying straw grids and planting saplings. It was slow, painstaking work, but every meter mattered. They weren't just planting trees, they were building a living wall. The effort was massive, but so was the hope. Science, innovation, and people powered the plan. The goal: stop the desert meter by meter. The wall began to take root. The Great Green Wall was built by ordinary people, villagers, scientists, and families, who refused to give up on their land. Together, they planted hope, transforming barren sand into green fields and a future worth fighting for. A decade later, the world looked again, and saw green where there was once only sand. Satellite images showed vast patches of vegetation in places like Kabuki. The saplings had become young forests, forming a real barrier. The number of sandstorms dropped, air quality improved. The new vegetation held soil in place, created microclimates, and even increased local rainfall. The yellow dragon was pushed back. Wildlife returned, birds, foxes, rabbits, reclaiming lost habitats. The project didn't just stop the desert, it reversed it, creating new oases. For locals, life changed, new jobs, income from herbs like licorice, and ecotourism. The dust storms faded, replaced by the sound of leaves. The land was saved, and so were the communities. The skeptics' laughter was gone, replaced by thriving life. The transformation was visible from space, and in people's lives. The impossible had become reality. The desert was no longer winning. The Great Green Wall isn't a perfect story. Monocultures, planting just 1 or 2 tree species, made forests vulnerable to pests and disease. Scientists now push for more native species and biodiversity. Water use is another concern. Millions of trees draw from limited aquifers. The project is shifting to more sustainable planting, shrubs and grasses that need less water. Early top-down approaches sometimes ignored local needs, causing conflicts. Now, collaboration with communities is key. Economic benefits must be shared fairly to keep support strong. The project's challenges offer lessons. Restoration is complex, requiring adaptation and learning. It's not just about trees, it's about science, sustainability, and people. The unfinished forest is a living laboratory for the world. China's Great Green Wall is a testament to the power of human determination and the ability to bring about real change even in the harshest environments. Once mocked and dismissed as an impossible dream, It now stands as a bold and undeniable answer to environmental despair, silencing critics who once doubted its potential. It proves that with vision, science, and relentless hard work, we can heal the land and reverse the damage caused by decades of neglect and misuse. The hope here is practical, built on real, measurable results, not just wishful thinking or empty promises. The transformation is visible, tangible, and inspiring. The project created thousands of jobs, restored vast stretches of land, and improved the lives of countless families who now thrive where only sand once existed. It reminds us all that we're not helpless in the face of environmental crisis. We can be agents of recovery, working together to shape a better future. The story resonates far beyond China's borders, offering a model and a source of inspiration for other nations facing similar challenges with land degradation and desertification. It challenges cynicism and asks us to rethink what's possible when communities unite behind a shared vision and refuse to give up. If a desert can be turned green through collective effort, what else can we achieve if we dare to believe and act together? The laughter and skepticism have faded. Now the world is watching, learning, and taking notes for their own battles against environmental decline. The sound of shovels has become a rustling forest, a living symbol of hope and renewal echoing across the land. The lesson is simple yet profound. Big ideas, when nurtured with patience, persistence, and care, can grow into forests of hope for generations to come. The Great Green Wall is living proof that change is possible, if we dare to try and if we have the courage to keep going no matter the odds.